After what was a disappointing first week for me, last week I actually went 11-3, so I'm pretty happy about that. Means I'm improving and I'm actually pretty good at these. So, with that being said, let's get into this week's predictions. On Thursday Night Football, we got Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Titans aren't a very good team. Although they're 6-3, they're not that good of a team. They've played a bunch of bad teams, and that's the result of their record. The Steelers, I also don't think they're as good as their record indicates, but I do think they're actually a legit good team. So I am expecting Antonio Brown and Juju Smith to completely expose this Titans secondary, because this Titans secondary is one of the worst. And I expect DeMarco Murray and the Titans running game to struggle how it's been doing all season long. They're going to struggle early on, and Big Ben and the Steelers are going to get a huge lead on the Titans. So the Titans are going to turn to Marcus Mariota, and Marcus Mariota is not going to be able to come back, and most of that's going to be due to the fact that they're not going to be able to stop Le'Veon Bell. So the Steelers are going to eat up a lot of clock. So I do see the Steelers easily taking the win here against the Titans. Chiefs at Giants. Should I even get more in depth into this one, really? I'm so taking the Chiefs, man. The Giants aren't a good team. Buccaneers at Dolphins. Okay, so the Dolphins are not that good of a team, and neither are the Bucks. If Jameis Winston was playing, I'd probably take the Bucks, but Jameis Winston isn't playing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Dolphins, because both teams are equally bad, but Jay Cutler is better than Fitzpatrick. And Jarvis Landry has been playing pretty well lately. He's been getting his receptions, so I'm taking the Dolphins. Rams at Vikings in what's probably going to be the game of the week. This one's really tough to predict, man, because I really love that Vikings defense, but I also love the Rams offense. So this was pretty much a toss-up, man. Both these teams are 7-2. They're both really good. But I'm not sure if I can trust Case Keenum that much. He almost gave away the game last week. So, quite possibly, he might not be able to win a shootout against this Rams offense, who's highly capable of putting up points against a upper tier defense. But although this Rams offense did struggle in the first half against Houston last week, so who knows, man? Maybe the Vikings can limit them, because I don't think you can stop this Rams offense. I really don't. You just gotta hope to limit them. So it is a really tough one, man. It's like a flip of a coin right here, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings, man, because I'm more of a defensive guy. I love me some defense, so I'm taking the Vikings just because their defense is so good. Redskins at Saints. Man, the Saints have been on a roll. They're 7-2. They started 0-2, and they've won the last 7 games. And yes, Drew Brees is still Drew Brees, but they've done it by the running game and the good defense. I don't think many teams can beat the Saints team, man. And I do believe this Redskins team is so overrated. They don't have a good defense. They don't have a good nothing. So I'm expecting the Saints to go to 8-2 and easily beat the Redskins. Cardinals at Texans, and what's going to be a great matchup between Blaine Gabbert and Tom Savage. Said no one ever. This one's also pretty much a toss-up, because both teams are equally bad. They're both lacking their franchise quarterback. Or Carson Palmer's not really a franchise quarterback, but their starting quarterback. And Houston's lacking J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless, two of their top three defenders. And Arizona is lacking David Johnson, who is easily their best player. So it should be a snooze fest in Houston. But I am taking the Texans because they are at home. And Andre Johnson's getting inducted into the Ring of Honor. So they're going to be a little bit extra fired up. Lions at Bears. Mitchell Trubisky's not a good quarterback. He hasn't shown me anything. Stafford, man, I love Stafford. I love big play Slay. I like the Lions. I really do. And I expect the Lions to easily beat these Bears. I mean, the Bears are a team that lost to the Packers last week, man. I know it sounds funny, but the Packers are without Aaron Rodgers. They lost to Brett Hundley. That's pathetic. Stafford's going to easily tear these guys up. Jaguars at Browns. Oh, God. I feel bad for the Browns, man. They're about to get demolished. I'm predicting something like 34-0. Like, these Browns stand no chance against the Jaguars. I really don't think they do. Ravens at Packers. 4-5 team versus a 5-4 team. I'm taking the Ravens here just because I don't trust Brett Hundley. I think he's a terrible quarterback. Yes, so is Joe Flacco, but I have more faith in Joe Flacco and that Ravens defense than Brett Hundley and their third string running back. Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens. Bills at Chargers. So the Bills opted to bench Tyrod Taylor. So Peterman, the rookie out of Pittsburgh, is actually starting against these Chargers. I don't know how to feel about that, man. A rookie going up against Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram? Yeah, I don't think that's going to end up too well. I am taking the Chargers, even though the Bills, man, just a couple weeks ago, they were 5-2. They were the surprise team of the AFC. And now they're about to fall to 5-5. Crazy how just things drastically change in the course of a few weeks. Bengals at Broncos. Man, this one's also a toss-up. Brock Osweiler versus Andy Dalton. The Broncos defense looks lost out there. I mean, they've allowed almost 100 points the past 2 weeks. So it's fair to say this Broncos defense is no longer good. I highly doubt it's the players. I'm pretty sure it's a coaching issue. I don't trust Osweiler, but I also don't trust Marvin Lewis and his Bengals. So this game is indeed a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with the Broncos just because I think they're a more talented team. These two teams are in the same boat, man, pretty much. Kind of good talent, but they're just not performing well. And it's not like they're hurt or anything. Both teams are relatively healthy, so who knows, man. I'm taking the Broncos here because their defense, they're more talented, and they have better weapons on offense. Patriots at Raiders. In the offseason, this game looked like a great game, but this is a blowout, man. The Raiders are absolutely terrible. I don't know what's wrong with Derek Carr. I think maybe he was a fluke. Last year was a fluke for Derek Carr, perhaps. That defense is atrocious. Khalil Mack has been non-existent all season. So I expect Tom Brady to pick this defense apart and embarrass these Raiders. Eagles at Cowboys. Man, this is going to be a really good game. But unfortunately, Ezekiel Elliott is not playing. If Ezekiel Elliott was playing, it would have been an even better game, man. But he's not. So the Eagles travel to Dallas in Sunday Night Football. And I'm actually taking the Cowboys, man. I love the Eagles. I love what they're doing, but this just seems like a type of game that the Cowboys are gonna somehow find a way to win. It's not like the Cowboys are a bad team. They're really not. They have, they still have a decent quarterback in Dak Prescott. They got the weapons, and they got their offensive line. So they're not a bad team. And of course, the Eagles aren't a bad team either. But I'm pretty sure, man, these Cowboys, with their backs against the wall, they're gonna come out and they're gonna find a way to beat these Eagles, who are in fact on fire. But last season the Eagles started what 3-0, and then they had a bye week, and then they kind of fell off. So who knows, man? The Eagles just had a bye week, so maybe, possibly, they can fall off. I don't think so, but I do think the Cowboys somehow find a way to win this game. Falcons at Seahawks. I think the Falcons are a complete fluke. I don't think they're very good. But we still have to see how the Seahawks react. Well, the Seahawks defense, for that matter, how they react without Richard Sherman. I don't think this Falcons team is very good. So I'm going to go ahead and take Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. So with that being said, guys, those are my predictions for this week. And make sure to comment down below your own predictions for this week. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.